Testing. Hey, great. Good afternoon, everyone. If I could get your attention, please, we're going to get ready to get started. So I'd like to ask you to please take your seats at this moment, and we're going to go over a few details before we start the ceremony. Okay, thank you, everyone. We're so excited to have everybody here today. This is our second ceremony of the day and the last one for today. We have two more tomorrow. Everything's running smooth, knock on wood. Don't want to jinx ourselves at this point. But we're going to get started in about 5 minutes. When the students, we kindly ask that everybody remain masked throughout the event, except for one exception. When the students are on stage being hooded, the students can remove your mask if you're comfortable as a student and as a faculty member of having the student remove it. We kindly ask that even the faculty members who are on the stage hooding, please keep your mask on, but the student who's being masked can remove their mask. Staff will be directing you on stage when you're ready to come up to get hooded, so just follow the directions of our staff members, Stacy, Juan, Karen, and you'll be proceeding up this line here. We'll direct you to stage. The student will be in the center here to be hooded, and then you'll recess down the stage and go back to your respective seat. After the ceremony, we have UIC. Oh, one last thing. When the students are being hooded, please feel free to applaud after each student. That's totally fine, and actually we encourage that. Allow you to clap even better. Thank you.
Good afternoon to everyone. Welcome and thank you for participating in the College of Medicine's 2021 hooding ceremony. I'm Dr. Raymond Curry, Professor of Medicine and Medical Education, and I have the honor of serving the college as Senior Associate Dean for Educational Affairs. On Friday afternoon, formal commencement exercises for the College of Medicine will take place virtually so that all students can celebrate together. Although the official conferring the medical degree will take place at commencement, it has been College of Medicine tradition for several years now to have a special hooding ceremony prior to the formal commencement. For years, the special hooding has allowed students to select individuals such as mentors and family members to place the ceremonial graduation hood on their shoulders. Throughout the years, the popularity of the event amongst our students has grown. And this year, with our ability to gather at least in limited size groups, we invited students to choose a UIC faculty member to hood them, and are proud to say that we have over 140 students participating, the largest in the history of the event. This wonderful ceremony will incorporate as much pomp and circumstance as possible, and we hope that every one of you and many more of your family and friends are watching and will cheer for one another. I'd like to begin by welcoming those families, friends, and loved ones who are watching this ceremony on the live stream. Our students' success would not be possible without the love and support that you've provided over the years. At this point, with the graduates and the faculty, please join me in a round of applause for those family, friends, and loved ones joining us today. Over the course of 4 ceremonies in 2 days, we're delighted that we can actually see you in your regalia. The regalia you're wearing and the hood you will receive represent the culmination of an intense academic journey toward the degree of Doctor of Medicine. We have over 50 faculty during these 4 ceremonies that you chose to hood 140 graduates. To our faculty, your presence here is a testament of your commitment to our students' growth and success. Our gratitude and appreciation for all your work and the impact that you have on countless students is evidenced by the students' choice to select you to bestow this honor upon them. To our graduates, I'm honored to join you in celebrating this tremendous, truly tremendous achievement. The last 13 months of your medical training has taken place among the most challenging health crises in many generations. You continued your study of medicine with grace, humility, and with an attitude of service. Your education was changed as the city, country, and world changed as well. But what remained abundantly clear was how necessary your work is, and the work coming now before you is going to be as well. You've done this work with the support of your family and faculty members. The regalia and ceremony of this week are also rich in tradition, dating back to medieval times, and today is an opportunity to don the regalia and celebrate your commencement in this fashion. The people that you have studied with, trained with, your faculty, and those who've supported you will remain forever at the center of your intellectual compass. They will become your advisors, reliable counselors, and trusted colleagues. For medical students, as has happened throughout the history of the profession, our new doctoral candidates have built upon and refined a rich foundation of knowledge accumulated by previous generations. With this conferral of your degree, you will begin on your path to contributing to that foundation. One day, you too will no doubt be asked to hood a new Doctor of Medicine of a future generation. By doing so, you'll reinforce this great responsibility that accompanies the profession. So as you begin your careers, our challenge to you is to share your knowledge with your students, as your mentors have shared their knowledge with you. Please enjoy this moment with your colleagues and mentors, and on behalf of all the faculty, wish you great success in all your future endeavors. It's now my pleasure to introduce today's keynote speaker, Dr. Fred Zarr. Dr. Zarr received his medical degree at UIC with honors in 1979 and received, at the time of his graduation, the Granville Bennett Award for outstanding contributions to medical education as a medical student. He's dedicated his career ever since to educating students and residents and is currently professor of clinical medicine, program director of our internal medicine residency, and co-course director of the synthesis course. Talk about perennial award winners. This is the fourth consecutive time, the fifth if you count this morning as distinct from this afternoon, that he's been selected by a medical student class to be the keynote speaker for this hooding ceremony. In addition, he's a prior recipient of the Gold Humanism Award, three-time recipient of the C. Thomas Bombeck MD Award for Excellence in Medical Education, a six-time recipient of the Alpha Omega Alpha Outstanding Faculty Award, and 13 times winner of a Golden Apple for Excellence in Teaching. The medical residents have honored him by selecting him 15 times as the Clifford G. Peltz Attending Physician of the Year. And at our 2012 commencement, the College of Medicine bestowed upon him the Faculty of the Year Award across the college. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Zarr.
Thank you for that kind introduction, and thank you for this honor. It's truly an honor, and it's literally wonderful to see you live. And I appreciate the efforts that the Dean's Office has made to make this happen, and I'm sure you do also. Today commemorates the completion of a great journey, known all too simply as medical school. Along the way, you've learned to separate art from science, evidence from experience, and intelligence from wisdom. You've seen how self-doubt gives rise to self-discovery. You've made great strides and great friends, impressed many and failed few, and tested the limits of your ability as you juggled your commitments to patient care, studies, family, and friends, often feeling you were shortchanging at least one of them along the way. You've tried to learn it all, knowing that you never will. You've tried to save each life, knowing quite well that you cannot. You've given of yourself until you've had no more to give, and then you gave some more. You've learned so that you may teach, and you have taught so that you may learn. You have tried to remain objective while the suffering of others tugged at your heart, and then realized it was all right to feel the pain and cry with them. For this and many other struggles and sacrifices you have made over the past several years on behalf of the faculty of the University of Illinois, I thank you. Because most of all, you have succeeded in becoming a doctor. And for this, your teachers, classmates, family, and friends will always be proud of you. And this special hooding ceremony embodies the pride that medical educators have in training the next generation of physicians. The special hooders here today were instrumental in the pursuit and sustainability of your medical education, and this is no easy task. No other profession requires more years of education and training than ours. Cherish the friends you've made these last many years and the families that have stood beside you and are watching today. You have shared with them what few can have and what even fewer understand, for the training of a physician is a complex recipe of perseverance, dedication, selflessness, and humanism with a dash of fear. Fear of the unknown before a new clerkship. Fear of failure on that exam or at the bedside. And even fear of someday being on the other side of the equation and having the illness that you see right in front of you. For although it is true that not everyone will become a doctor, it is also just as true that all doctors will become patients. And therefore, there really aren't two sides to this equation. Just two human beings giving to each other. Our patients teach us everything, and we in turn thank them with our time, our kindness, and our care. Yes, you have learned to listen to people's abdomens, carotids, and chests, but more importantly, the words of the person who owns them. For they are not stomachs or lungs or blood, they are people. Each life a book whose story has led them to you. Turn the next page slowly, for the next chapter is up to you. In conclusion, just as the University of Illinois gave me the wonderful gift of allowing me to practice in the medical profession many decades ago, I now pass that gift on to you, just as your special hooders will do in a moment. And I look forward to your graduation this Friday. Yes, today marks the end of a great journey, but also the beginning of another. May you all have a long and fulfilling career as physician graduates of the great University of Illinois. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Zar. That was beautiful. Those of you that know him from your classes know of his passion, and those of you that are hearing him for the first time just got a glimpse of it. Thank you also for selecting him once again as our speaker. It gives me the opportunity to hear him once again. Now, before we transition to the hooding of our graduates, I'd like to provide a little history of the traditions we celebrate here. The hood is an article of academic dress that dates back to 15th century England. Hoods were given distinctive colors and linings that identified the field studied, the level of the degree, and the institution awarding the degree. Our MD graduates today will be wearing a green hood designating medicine and trimmed in blue and red for UIC. Our PhD graduates will be wearing a black hood trimmed in blue and red for UIC. There are also stoles draped around our shoulders. Mine is this yellowish orange for internal medicine. I see a lot of future internists out there. And different colors for each of the other disciplines into which they have matched for residency. Also, many of our students are wearing medals honoring their academic and professional excellence, including the Alpha Omega Alpha Key, the Gold Humanism Honor Society Medallion, and a medallion signifying their graduation with honors. Our UIC faculty chosen as hooders wear the regalia from their fields and from the university from which they received their degree. I know we can all remember very fondly when this symbol of academic achievement was bestowed upon us. The faculty here today have earned the right to be selected to ceremonially bestow these hoods on you in the presence of your family and supporters. It's now my pleasure to introduce Dean Mark Yurosev, who will read the names for the hooding ceremony. When your name is read, please approach the stage and meet your faculty hooder. Dean Yurosev.
Thank you, Dean Curry. And as I call your name, please follow your way up to the stage. And for those in the audience, you're welcome to applaud after each student is hooded. Our first candidate is Mahmoud Abdel, hooded by his mentor, Dr. Christopher Fernandez. Myrna Abu Diab, hooded by Dr. Evelyn Figueroa. Meghana Babu, hooded by Dr. Heather Hyman. Clarence Calhoun, hooded by Dr. Evelyn Figueroa. Elaine Shah, hooded by Dr. Fred Czar. Carly Conran, hooded by Dr. Fred Czar. Sean D'Souza, hooded by Dr. Michelle Barnes. Ryan Dolan, hooded by Dr. Wesley Ilbert. Robert Dean, hooded by Dr. Heather Hyman. Karen Duenas Ruiz, hooded by Dr. Evelyn Figueroa. And Dr. Figueroa, you can remain on stage. You have a few more. Elizabeth Garcia, hooded by Dr. Evelyn Figueroa. Damaris Garcia, hooded by Dr. Evelyn Figueroa. Abid Hasib, hooded by Dr. Fred Czar. Daniel Hong, hooded by Dr. Fred Czar. Natalie Jansen, hooded by Dr. Stacy Chamberlain. Catherine Kim, hooded by Dr. Heather Hyman. Alekia Kothumasu, hooded by Dr. Claudia Boucher-Berry. Caitlin Lappin, hooded by Dr. Michelle Barnes. Sharon Marat, hooded by Dr. Stacy Chamberlain. Abdullah Maman, hooded by Dr. Heather Hyman. Andrew Modriak, hooded by Dr. Heather Hyman. Pooja Nayak, hooded by Dr. Michelle Barnes. Rishi Naranjan, hooded by Dr. Heather Hyman. Jason Ng, hooded by Dr. Fred Czar. Srinivas Pachamuki, hooded by Dr. Fred Czar. Grace Park, hooded by Dr. Stacy Chamberlain. Ashutosh Patel, hooded by Dr. Heather Hyman. Mit Patel, hooded by Dr. Heather Hyman. Kruti Patel, hooded by Dr. Fred Czar. Lillian Pierce, hooded by Dr. Michelle Barnes. Sorry, Dr. Barnes. Nikita Pillay, hooded by Dr. Michelle Barnes. Mark Rizko, hooded by Dr. Fred Czar. Ross Skelly, hooded by Dr. Fred Czar. Dorian Sosa Oyo, hooded by Dr. Heather Hyman. Arjun Tambi, hooded by Dr. Fred Czar. I think you're going to close this one, Dr. Czar. Corrine Thornton, hooded by Dr. Fred Czar. Margaret Vandergosh, hooded by Dr. Fred Czar. Ilan Volchenko, hooded by Dr. Fred Czar. Jack Zakchevsky, hooded by Dr. Fred Czar. I would now like to ask Dean Curry to return to the podium.
Thank you, Dean Rosef. A wonderful sight that is. And now for the part that always gives me chills. For most of the past 2,500 years, the Hippocratic Oath stood as a symbol of the physician's responsibility and commitment to patient welfare. The World Medical Association, at its second General Assembly in 1948, created a contemporary successor to the Hippocratic Oath, which outlines in concise terms the professional duties of physicians and affirms the ethical principles of the global medical profession. This document, now known as the Declaration of Geneva, or sometimes simply the Physician's Pledge, has since been revised several times, including in 2017 at the World Medical Association's General Assembly right here in Chicago. I would now like to ask the class of 2021 to rise, if you are able. And also, in affirming our own commitment to the profession and to these students in their careers, all the physicians in the audience, please rise also if you're able, and recite the physician's oath, the physician's pledge with the graduates. The pledge is found on the first page of the program. You can also simply repeat each sentence after me. As a member of the medical profession, I solemnly pledge to dedicate my life to the service of humanity. The health and well-being of my patient will be my first consideration. I will respect the autonomy and dignity of my patient. I will maintain the utmost respect for human life. I will not permit considerations of age, disease or disability, creed, gender, nationality, political affiliation, ethnic origin, race, sexual orientation, social standing, or any other factor to intervene between my duty and my patient.
I will not permit considerations of age, disease or disability, creed, ethnic origin, gender, nationality, political affiliation, race, sexual orientation, social standing, or any other factor to intervene between my duty and my patient.
I will respect the secrets that are confided in me even after the patient has died.
I will respect the secrets that are confided in me even after the patient has died.
I will practice my profession with conscience and dignity and in accordance with good medical practice.
I will practice my profession with conscience and dignity and in accordance with good medical practice.
I will foster the honor and noble traditions of the medical profession.
I will foster and honor the noble traditions of the medical profession.
I will give to my teachers, colleagues, and students the respect and gratitude that is their due.
I will give to my teachers, colleagues, and students the respect and gratitude that is their due.
I will share my medical knowledge for the benefit of the patient and the advancement of health care.
I will share my medical knowledge for the benefit of the patient and the advancement of health care.
I will attend to my own health, well-being, and abilities in order to provide care of the highest standard.
I will attend to my own health, well-being, and abilities in order to provide care of the highest standard.
I will not use my medical knowledge to violate human rights and civil liberties, even under threat.
I will not use my medical knowledge to violate human rights and civil liberties, even under threat.
I make these promises solemnly, freely, and upon my honor.
I make these promises solemnly, freely, and upon my honor.
Thank you. You may now be seated. So congratulations to our graduates. I'd like to especially thank the faculty mentor hooders for your participation and all of you who joined us today virtually for this important and memorable event. Please join us again virtually on Friday at the 139th commencement ceremony with a slideshow at 1:30 and with the formal ceremony beginning at 2 p.m. This now concludes the hooding ceremony. Please remain seated for a few post-ceremony instructions from Dean Hyman. Thank you.
Thank you, Dean Curry, and thank you to all of our students and faculty.